what I can say right now is about the change which is happening in Saudi. See, Saudi is adapting to the new practices, and there's a lot of functionality which is coming on in the space of startup ecosystem. So I think for a change, for the first time, they have started making something for the incubators to come in and chip in Saudi. So that is something which has happened in last, I think, 15, 18 months, because I was in touch with one of the senior bureaucrats from Saudi, and I've heard it from them, like they are focusing a lot upon this. So a lot of change which is happening in that. Yeah, and if I have to say, like, they can indeed learn a lot from Indian ecosystem, what has happened in last 10 years specifically, say from 2014 till 24, if I have to be precise, there's a lot of change which has happened, a lot of shift in the investment scenario, because the family offices have started investing more on the startups and SME space, to be precise, because earlier the portfolio used to be like 3 to 4% of the unlisted equity, but right now it has gone up to 35-40%.
Tokenization is going to bring in a lot of liquidity in sectors like real estate, private equity, in fact, alternative asset classes like music, movies, art, and so on, which otherwise were out of bounds for people to invest. So this will come up with a massive sort of opportunity for retail customers to participate in those asset classes, wherein at the same time the investors, the LPs and the asset holders can then have a bigger liquidity available for them to be able to liquidate their investments.
So Dubai obviously is a gateway for us to get tap into investors. We can reach global investors. Plus we believe that this is where East meets West. Plus we have a lot of Indian diaspora which today believes in the BlueSmart brand, and they have been using BlueSmart in India. And they also have been traveling to Dubai. So we believe that we saw an opportunity to cater to the Indian diaspora who also lives in Dubai now. A lot of Indians, founders, investors, the global community from India or the Indian community is going global and starting with Dubai. So we believe that was the reason we started here. Plus we believe that now as the city of Dubai is also undergoing 3 overarching themes. One is electrification, second decarbonization, third is modernization of ground transport.
Not only the region, I think globally, but more particularly so in UAE and of course Saudi Arabia, you'll see the technology trend. So digital economy, everybody's trying to transform their technology to advancement to do that in there. And when you talk about technology trends, that's mean you're talking about AI, you're talking about IoT, digital twins, cybersecurity, just name it. And then circular economy, which is very important. How do we make sure whatever we produce are circular in nature, so they and what we call stay in the nature as much as possible in the economy. The third trend, which is the food security. Given that food does not get produced in this region and mostly we get imported, how do we make sure we work on our own food security? So these are 3 key trends that governments are working very heavily behind.
One challenge is market size. At the end of the day, the region is growing extremely rapidly, but it's still relatively smaller size compared to some of the markets like the US, China, or India, and hence the need to create pan-regional players, so at least bring all of these countries together. Linked to that as well is we still have an element of regulatory fragmentation between the different countries and the multiple licenses needed, and hence more streamlining of the ability to operate across the region would allow these companies to benefit from this larger market size.
Journey of VCP have typically started from the West, which historically was questioning how returns were defined, and largely it was built via the entire pension fund institutional value. Via the key difference in this part of the region, UAE, GCC, including India, has been largely family-led. There are 3 large correlations how I look at it. See, Americas is more capitalistic, Europe is more legacy, and rest of the world is more relationship. And in family offices, you are getting more and more sophisticated today who act far more scientifically while having the bandwidth of having businesses at the back end to make sure that the investees that they do are also consuming the value of it.